Okay, so how are you all?
Fine.
Good. So I was very keen to know what is this innovative ways of protecting endangered species that you came up with in your, I believe when you were in grade 8 in your unit 6, when you were in science, when you were studying about endangered species. So basically about conservation, and Ms. Joby told you to research a lot more on innovative conservation techniques that existed, and then I believe you used that to scaffold on and come up with your own techniques. So I'm really keen to know more about it, to add that into our presentation for the green turtle conservation, which is the community outreach project for the month of April. Yeah, so what is it that you came up with?
Our group, we came up with, we actually derived inspiration from the story Noah's Ark, where he took two animals from each species and saved them so that they can breed.
I love that concept of Noah's Ark. When is it that you read about Noah? Because I'm thinking you're not a Christian per se.
No, it just, I like reading, so I was going through a few ebooks and kind of got, like the blurb caught my eye, so I kind of read through it. And there's also movies like The Heaven Almighty, which he did the same thing.
So you link the Noah's Ark to conservation.
Yeah.
I've never thought about this one. I've heard about that one. So what is it that you came up with?
We came up with that each part of the world that supports a certain species of animals can have a breeding zoo of their own. So like two animals from each species can come, and then they can breed their own little country of their animals, so that they can regenerate the population themselves instead of us doing anything to save them.
Awesome when you think about like how you can have a pair of ants and a pair of mosquitoes and a pair of bumblebees and all of them working together in that little ark, isn't it?
Yeah. Because it's all their own. We're doing nothing. We're just contributing a place for them.
Just bringing them together and creating a habitat. And I love that word habitat. That's on our school website in my message. And I say NMS is a habitat for creative learners, innovative thinkers, aspiring students. So good. What about the boys? Did you contribute to innovative techniques?
How do you say, in a sort of STEAM project or in class?
I mean, it could be anything actually. Let's keep the discussion open.
So basically what happened is when after we discussed the innovative methods which were pre-existing in class, ma'am asked us to go home and do research on even more methods. So we found quite a few, such as the trackers which are kept on animals such as leopards and tigers, and also there was this fish hook which basically kept the endangered species away from it, because it had this certain coating to it which only attracted certain fish which was needed. So this prevented a lot of fishes from becoming extinct. These few methods really they baffled me, because I didn't know that all this could be possible in today's world, and it was a good learning experience.
Wonderful. And there's something that you were talking about, auto tinting.
Yeah. So basically what we did was, there was this idea there. Now in regular solar panels, what they have is they have liquefied salt pumped into them, which absorbs the heat energy and stores it as electricity. But this contains a lot of this liquefied salt, so that results in it becoming a dark blue. So now, of course, in skyscrapers we cannot keep that dark blue, because that would on the windows, of course, because that would prevent us from being able to look outside. But there's this method where if you pump a little bit less and of the salt into the windows, we can sort of create a transparent, almost transparent, a transparent with solar panel which we can apply in our windows. So basically we can have a skyscraper made full of these solar panels, so then the entire building will be powered by the energy generated by solar panels. And this building would also have these regular solar panels which were completely blue, which could eject themselves out of the building and absorb even more solar energy. Of course, the solar panels which are on the windows, these solar panels, you can have more liquid salt pumped into them, which will result in it becoming darker. So then, if you don't want the sunlight to come in, you can pump a little bit more inside, and it'll become tinted automatically. That was basically the idea, and we had Naveen make a 3D model which showed how it actually worked.
So would you consider making some kind of a working model on these principles for the upcoming InnoFest?
Well, if we can get our hands on the resources, of course, we will try our best to do it. What we need to do is basically we need to find a pump, and we need to learn how to liquefy salt, and we also need a lot of windows.
Yeah. So I mean, of course, windows, no doubt of it. I think New Millennium School is completely a glass building, more or less. And then in terms of liquefying salt, get in touch with local salt making companies. So you should have your answers there. I love the fact that you've already been looking at conservation of endangered species through tagging and monitoring, and I like the idea of how only a certain species of fish gets picked up by the fishermen, and because of the coating on the hook, and fantastic knowledge really. So keep the good work going, and let's look forward to a more productive InnoFest.
Yes, ma'am.